Day 6 continued. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish, the birds, the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Let them rule over all the earth." That verse came to my mind a couple nights ago when I was watching the new show, The Day the Earth Stood Still. How many of you seen that new movie? Not the old one, the new one. It's pretty good. I'd recommend it. I enjoyed it. It was a little slow. It wasn't your typical fast-paced movie, but I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. So this alien comes to Earth. Americans are scared to death. He gets shot. What else are you going to do with an alien? So they capture him, and they put him into confinement. He gets over the gunshot wound, and they start to interrogate him because he can speak English all of a sudden. Aliens, man, they're smart. Don't mess with the aliens. So the representative from the government, the Secretary of Defense or something, goes up to the alien and says, "Why are you at our planet?" And he goes, "Keanu Reeves, he's awesome." "Your planet?" "Yes, it's our planet." And he looks at her like, "You're an idiot." And the point of the movie was it wasn't our planet. It's the galaxy's planet, and they can take care of the planet the way they want kind of a thing. And I'm thinking, it is our planet. It is our planet. God says so right here. Let them rule over everything. God gave us the planet. We're like His managers over this earth. We can manage well or we can manage poorly, but it's ours to manage. So when you see those bumper stickers on people's cars, "Respect your mother," and there's a picture of the earth right there, that ain't my mother. And I'm not sending it a card on Mother's Day, and I'm not taking it out to eat. I am not here to serve the earth. The earth is here to serve me and my needs. The earth is here as a gift from God to you. It's not the other way around. Now, yes, we should treat it well and respect it. It'd be really stupid if we ruined it. That's not smart. But come on, let's not get it all backwards. And even on popular TV and movies, sometimes they get it a wee backwards. "Your planet?" "Yes, my planet." "Go home, E.T., it's my planet." So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. And God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it," because it's your planet. "And rule. Rule over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." God saw all that He had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day. Well, God made the land animals on day 6. He also made humans, so you got to draw Adam and Eve in there. You notice I say Adam and Eve, because the Bible says every human on the planet comes from two. Oh, for years and years, they mocked Bible believers. You're saying all the races of humans come from two people, Adam and Eve. And you believe that? You believe that fairy tale? That's a fairy tale. We geneticists, we know better. I don't even know what word to use, biology files. We know better. Then a few years back, I'm looking at the newsstand, and Time magazine's got a black woman on the front cover, which is a computer recreation. It says, "Scientists have discovered that all humans can trace their DNA to one woman in Africa." And I'm like, you finally got that, did you? Good for you. I should have written in, said, "And I know her name. It's Eve." She wasn't from Africa. They were close. They had to go east a little further. Probably somewhere over by Iran is probably where the Garden of Eden was and where Adam and Eve first started. But they got kicked out of the garden. They moved. So who knows? Maybe they are from Africa. Now, geneticists also know this. Light-skinned people, dark-skinned people all have something in their skin called melanin. The more melanin you have, the darker you are. The less melanin you have, the lighter you are. But everybody's got melanin. We're all related. You can get all the races of people we have from two people, which we did. Now me, I'm different from a lot of people because my family tree is Jewish. So I get really frustrated when I have to fill out government paperwork and it asks me my race. They want me to be either white, Indian, African American, or Asian. And I am none of those. I'm different. I happen to be from the Middle East. But you know what? When they want to know what race I'm from, I'll just tell them the human race. You know, I'm from Adam and Eve, and we're all cousins, and I'm okay with that. And now, finally, after years of study, they've come to the point where the Bible has tried to lead them all those years ago, that we all do come from one woman. Her name is Eve. In Hebrew, the word is Chava, which is a variation of the word life. And it says in the English, because she is the mother of all living. The Bible talks about that in other places as well. We'll look at that in 1 minute. I'm jumping out of Genesis for a good summary verse. Psalm 33, 6 through 9. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, their starry host by the breath of his mouth. He gathers the waters of the sea into jars, and he puts the deep into storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the people of the world revere him. For he spoke, and it came to be. He commanded, and it stood firm. God made us. And as I mentioned last week, he made us because he loves us. We are not the random byproduct of time, chance, circumstance. It is not goo to you. It is God to you. You are made in God's image, not in the image of goo. God made us for a purpose. Now, what do we do when people fail to believe that? Well, we do the best we can to show them why they should believe it. But we should never subject the Bible to the second tier of evidences. It's always the first. Hey, the Bible's withstood the test of time. These modern theories, they come, they go. All the time they come, they go. Even when we think we know it perfectly, they still change it. Newton, one of the most brilliant scientific minds of all time. By the way, almost all great scientists of the past were Christian. Newton including one of them. Newton, as the story goes, probably didn't happen this way, but he's sitting under a tree one day and an apple falls down and hits him on the head. And Newton draws up all these laws of physics. They're called Newtonian physics. Basically, he's telling us how the world is. Apples fall down, they hit the ground. You got time, you got space, you got matter. It's all very simple, it's all very plain. Made perfect sense. That was the world we knew. But then a guy named Einstein came along. And you know what he said? He said time is relative. He said time is a byproduct of matter and space. He says the more mass you have, the slower time runs. The less mass you have, the faster time runs. And people try to put it to the test, and they found it to be true. They take atomic clocks, put one on the earth at sea level, one up at the top of the mountain, which is farther from the earth, and the one on the mountain runs faster than the one at the beach because gravity is tied to time. That's this century's theory. Who knows what they'll come up with next year? A lot of what Newton said was turned over on its head. Things that people would have said never could have been turned over on their head because it was a theory. We do the best we can understanding the universe God gave us. But we don't change the Bible. It's the same book that Jesus read from. The same book that Moses wrote. The same book that Job wrote. That hasn't changed because it's true. And so I'd encourage you to put your trust in the Bible. Acts 17, 22 through 31. When I told you that God made Adam and Eve, all humans from two people, there are people, again, mostly people trying to accommodate science, who say, you know, the Bible shouldn't be taken literally. At least not the first couple of chapters. Come on, everybody knows that's not how it happened. Adam and Eve and all that, come on. And the flood cut me some slack. I actually read a book in one of my seminary classes. You ready for this? This book was How to Study and Teach the Bible. And the number one rule was, it means exactly what it says and should be taken literally, except Genesis 1 through 11. Yeah, except Genesis 1 through 11. I was like, why do you say that?